Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Kartika and you're watching Synchro Shakti. Today we're going to look at how to go from a negative state to a positive state using the tool of pivoting. So today we're going to look at what is pivoting, how to pivot, and lots of examples of what pivoting looks like. Okay, so the whole point of this process is whenever you are going through your day and a negative thought comes up and you start ruminating about it, thinking about it, and you're about to go into a negative spiral, that is when you do pivoting. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what it is and how to do it so that when you pivot, you can now get to a place where you feel really good, very aligned to your manifestations, and can actually manifest within either no time or within a short period of time. So you don't have to go into a negative spiral and you can come back into alignment to all your goals and all that you're asking for and feel good by doing it. Okay, so let's jump into what is pivoting. So I was already recording a class here. Okay, I was already recording a class for you, and the internet went down. So I had already come till this point. So I'm just going to walk you through till where I was, and then we'll take it from there. So the statement here. Okay, so I'm just going to annotate this. What is pivoting? Pivoting is this is pivoting here. Okay, pivoting is any thought that makes you feel better. Okay, that is it. Any thought that makes you feel better is pivoting. So whenever you're going in a downward spiral, if you can manage to pivot yourself and get yourself to one thought that feels better, and then another thought that feels better, and then another thought that feels better, you can get to a point where you're back into alignment with what you're asking for and actually receive what you're asking for with ease without having to struggle. Okay, this is called pivoting. Now, there are three types of pivotings that I am teaching in this video. There are lots many because obviously there's so many ways in which you can think that will make you feel better about any situation. These are just three examples of it. So the first example here, okay, is this one here. Okay, choosing a better perspective about the situation that you're going through or seeing the situation in a better way is one way to pivot. I'll give you examples soon, but any situation you're going through right now, if you can see it in a better angle that empowers you, that makes you drop your resistance, where you're no longer seeing it as a bad thing, but you're actually seeing it as a good thing, that wow, okay, I'm glad that this is happening because now I can actually, this helps me do XYZ. I'll give you examples soon, but any new angle in which you can see the situation that helps you drop the negativity and see it as a good thing will help you pivot. Okay, will help you feel better. All right, so choosing a better perspective is the first one. What is the second one? Okay, second one is, this is what we learned from Esther Hicks, right? Abraham Hicks's work. They teach pivoting with, when I'm feeling bad, I know that I'm focused or I'm thinking about what I don't want, right? So right now, if you're feeling bad about something, you're thinking about something that you don't want. So then you pivot by asking yourself, okay, I know what I don't want, but what is it that I actually do want? Okay. And what are loving reasons why I would enjoy having it? Okay, I'll explain. What is it that I do want and what are loving reasons why I'd enjoy it? Okay, so now you're going in the direction of what you want and what you'd love about having that experience. So now you're thinking thoughts related to what you want, and law of attraction says energy flows where attention goes. Now you're going in the direction of what you want and loving reasons why you'd enjoy having it. Okay, this is the type of pivot that we do the most in our classes. Okay, so this is the second one. I'll give you examples soon. The third type of pivot that I like and I see so much benefit in doing this is look for what is going well in your life. So it's easy to look at whatever, because the mind is a survival instrument. And when we are in anxiety, when we are in fight or flight or freeze mode, what happens is we are in such a state of, we feel so unsafe that we're only looking at what are the potential dangers. To now pivot yourself to a place of safety and feeling good and better, which is the vibration you need to be in order to receive what you're asking for. At least it should be some level, something, and you should match that energy. We can then start looking at what is working out for us, what is going well for us, doing appreciation, looking at what is good, what's positive, what are the gifts in the situation, what is the love, what am I loving about having this experience, or what is good in my life. All of these things will again are thoughts that will help you feel better, right? That's a pivot. So I'll give you examples now. But before that, if you're still with me at this point, just type below saying, I am blessed, because Firstly, this is you're learning so many things that very few people in the world get to learn. This is your blessing, firstly. Okay, so this is looking for what is working out for you. So just type in the comments, I am blessed. Okay, now choosing a better perspective. So I'll give you examples, but first, if you look on top here, I have written something else. Okay, over here. Okay, I've written something else. What is this? So if you are at a point in your emotional scale where you are in complete suffering, which means you are overtaken, you're possessed by your negative emotions completely, where going from negative to positive is absolutely impossible. It's like going from, in a staircase, going from step number 1 to all the way to step number 10. You will fall down and it will hit your chin and it will break your teeth and it'll be horrible. Okay, so don't try that. You always, whenever you're trying to feel better, do not do pivoting when you're in an extremely negative suffering state. Okay, don't try pivoting there because it will feel horrible and it will just drag you back down. So what you need to do here is you have to come first to a state called neutral. Okay, so you go from positive to neutral first. It's like going in a car, right? You first go to neutral and then go to the other gears. So first go to neutral. Okay, how do you get to a state of neutral? We use tools like mindfulness, Ho'oponopono, that will help you release the charge that you're feeling, to release that negative emotions, and then come to a state where you're at calm, you're at neutral, you're at peace. You're not like positive high vibration, you're at neutral. This is the first step. How does mindfulness help there? With very simply put, mindfulness helps to observe that feeling, that negativity. For some people, the whole body feels like one, like heavy. The chest feels heavy. There's a lump in your throat. Your stomach is all knotted up. You feel this whole pain in your shoulders. You feel a lot of tension, a lot of emotions are stuck. There's just energy stuck in the body. So we call that emotional pain body. So we sit and we observe that without judging it, without resisting it, without trying to get rid of it. We make friends with it. It's like we listen into the pain. It's like there's a child inside that is asking for your attention, and we just listen in, we just watch those sensations and we breathe through it, and then it allow it to come up and release. It's like bubbles going from the bottom of the sea and coming to the top and bursting. So that is how we use mindfulness to come to a state of calm or peace, okay, neutral. You can also use Ho'oponopono here. I have my everything I know about Ho'oponopono is on YouTube. You can check out my playlist called Ho'oponopono. You can then do that on that negative feeling. So what is going on in me that's causing me to feel this way? Divine, I love you. I'm sorry for not being aware of whatever's in me that's causing me to feel this way. Please forgive me. I let go. Thank you for releasing this. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And you do that until you feel at peace. Okay. So you first come to neutral. Once you're at neutral, you can then start doing your pivoting process. So in this case, just like that staircase I mentioned, you are now on, let's say you are on step 2. Okay, so you've come to neutral now, you are on step 2. Now you want to get to a very heightened, positive, aligned state. So you will take one step at a time. The one step at a time is one nice thought at a time. Okay, one nice thought at a time, and choose thoughts that actually feel good to you. And you start moving in the direction of what you actually want. So you start taking one nice small thought. It might be something like, hey, I feel peace right now, and I like the fact that I feel peaceful. Hey, I like that the sun is so bright today. I like the warmth on my skin. Hey, I like the music that I heard last night. It was really nice. So now you're kind of taking one nice thought at a time, and then you're pulling yourself up to a state where you can then keep going higher and higher. Okay, so this is advice for those people who are completely shot down with negativity. Now, what are the examples of the pivots that I've given you? If you're still with me right now, just type, I'm moving up the staircase. Okay, just type, I'm moving up the staircase, because this is what it means to pivot. Okay, so you're going from where you are now to a higher vibration. So I'll give you an example for the 3 types of pivots that I mentioned here. The first one, the first example, so choosing a better perspective. So I like, for example, let's say you just had to pay all your advance tax, and your account is at 0 now. Okay, now most people will freak out, or you have to pay for something, and now you're scared that it's going to put your bank balance back down to quite a very shaky levels. So let's say that is the situation. So taking a better perspective on this would be something like, whenever you're paying for money, you think, okay, whenever you're paying for anything, you think, okay, there's a vacuum created in my bank account. Vacuum means the space created because I just took some amount of the money and I paid it. Now there's space created. And the universe has a law called the vacuum law. It means that whenever a vacuum is created, some positive things come in, fill it up and fill it deeply. So I have that pivot that whenever I spend, there's a vacuum created in my account, and I'm excited to see how the divine fills it up fully and deeply. I'm excited to see how the divine fills it up. Now, this is a true thought for me. I do actually believe very strongly in the vacuum law. Whenever I pay, I will see on the same day, 3-4 payments will come that will fill it up, because that's my strong belief, right? Now, you don't have to choose something that you don't believe. You will always choose a better perspective that you do believe. So you might say something like, as I'll give you another example. You might see something, a better perspective as, now that this has happened, I get to go within and do my healing and change my reality. So I'm happy that this thing happened, because now I can go and do my inner work. So any better perspective that you take will help you feel better. Okay. So that is the first example of pivots. The second one, what do I want and loving reasons why I would enjoy it. So now let's say you are feeling bad about money going out of your account. So now that you're focused on what you don't want, what is it that you do want? So you'd say, oh, what I would love is a state of overflow where there's so much money that I don't know what to do with it. Okay, great. Now that I know what I want, if I had it, what would I love about it? And then you say statements like, I I love I love having overflow in my account because I love the feeling of logging in and seeing such a big number. Because I love the feeling of living in this beautiful house in this beautiful location, knowing that I'm always safe and secure financially. Because I love the feeling of travel. Because I love the feeling of being backed up. Because I love the feeling of security. Because I love the feeling of luxury. Because I love the feeling of the universe hugging me. Because I love the feeling. I love the feeling. I love the feeling. Now you've gone into a positive state. This is the pivot that we use the most often in our classes here at the Academy. Now, what is an example of the third type of pivot, which is looking for what is working out in my life? Okay, so even if it's a little bit of money that has come in, you appreciate that, right? I appreciate the flow of financial blessings. I appreciate that this person smiled at me today. That means that the universe is sending love my way through people, because the universe works through people. I appreciate this in my life. I appreciate that is working out. I appreciate this client inquired about my business, which means even if they didn't convert, at least I know that there's something interesting about my business, which means my business is interesting and I'm appreciative of that. So you start looking in ways and angles to start appreciating your life, and that makes you feel better. And as you feel better, you attract better. Okay, if you're still with me, just type saying I am attracting better right now. Okay, type it in the comments. I'm attracting better right now. So as you start building these thoughts, what ends up happening is you get more and more in alignment to receiving what you want, because law of attraction is simple. You ask and it is given. But in between that, there is a stage. It's called the actual opening, allowing it to come into your life, right? That allowing process is where you get out of your way by pivoting yourself and keeping yourself in a nice, peaceful, good, positive mental attitude to receive. Okay, this is called alignment. Talking about alignment, we are still doing the aligning to abundance class. This is for money. Okay, this is the money class. This is our famous money class. We had one on 13th. We had 12,000 people registered for it. It was on 13th. It is now Friday. It's the Friday after, and people are still talking about it. There is a high level of energy in that class, and all it's teaching you, there are 3 things you learn in this class. First is the 5-step system that my students use to make money attraction as smooth as butter. I teach you the entire system. Just come and learn it. Okay. The second one is how to tap into the quantum field to receive a large sums of money within 90 days. I teach you this quantum field thing, but I actually guide you into a meditation and a guidance and a group blessing that happens at this webinar. So if you want to be guided into the entire state of alignment, you get that in the webinar. So I recommend you coming. And the third thing you get there is knowledge on how to heal your past. This is where we're talking about this whole negativity, mindfulness, Ho'oponopono stuff. how to heal your past in order for you to cleanse that out and be ready to create a unimaginable future, something that's so unrecognizable, but it is your new future. How do you create that? That is also in the class. I also teach through my stories. I also teach through my students' stories. There's a lot for you to take back. There are 12 exercises to take back. So if I haven't sold you yet on the webinar, I will put a success story here in this video for you to know what is possible when you align yourself to abundance. This class is especially for those people who are trying to make greater income, especially around your business, clients, customers, consultants, whatever sales work, or you are just trying to attract money from several different sources. This class is for you. So come, you can register for it in the description. We have one on the 20th and we have one last one on the 27th. If you're an academy student, you already know these are our last moments of doing this business model. I am retiring from this business model. I'm going far away from the world of constant like customer support. We're going into a different business model. So now these are the chances that you have to come and connect with us directly and really learn, because there will still be, I'll still be teaching, but I'll be teaching in a different format later. So don't miss out while we have this. Come, okay, if you resonate with us, come. You can register for it in the description. So now I'll play a success story to show you how possible it is, okay? So I hope that success story inspired you, and I'm just going to wrap up this video by asking you, did you now finally understand what is pivoting? If you did, the answer is simple. Pivoting is any thought that makes you feel better. How to pivot? You have three ways, right? You have choosing a better perspective of the situation that makes you feel better. You have, now that I know what I don't want, what is it that I do want, and loving reasons why I enjoy having that with the statement, because I love the feeling of. And then the third one is look for what is working out in your reality. Be very appreciative of what is going good, even if it's that smallest positive optimistic look that you can have. It will change your vibration. It will change everything, because it's all an energy game. There is no pre-existing condition. I want you to comment that down in the comment section. There is no pre-existing condition in the universe. It is only what I condition into the universe that works. Okay, so if you start putting other type of thoughts out there, you have an option to change it and recondition the universe. There is no pre-existing condition in the universe. I get to choose what condition I want to attract, right? You get to choose how much love you attract, how much forgiveness you attract, how much ease you attract. This is not a game of hard work. There is several case studies of people receiving without having to lift a finger. Even that is part of the reality and the conditions you can't put out. If you get angry at that, how can people get without lifting a finger? Well, that is your choice to make. Let people get however they choose to get, because you can get however you choose to get. Okay, I love you. Please comment below if you learned something from today's video, and I look forward to seeing you on 20th for the Align to Abundance Masterclass, especially to align you to money. And if you can't come for 20th, come for 27th. And if you missed 13th, register again for 20th. Don't miss the live experience, because there's a live blessing and there's a live guided meditation. Don't miss these ones, because these are the things that people are still talking about. Okay, love you. I'll see you in class, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.